What's going on, neighbors? New channel goofing here, ARTV Rogue. I haven't formally addressed that name change, but yeah, this is the third channel. It can get a little confusing, bear with me here, but I use this channel as a lurking grounds for really whatever the hell I want to post, whether it's music related or not, or if it's just extras, bloopers, stream highlights, whatever. So if you want to see more like this, then please subscribe. But today, I figured I would start maybe using this channel occasionally to talk about albums or EPs or maybe even singles to an extent that I don't really talk about in a main channel video or even on Beyond ARTV, but maybe I still have quick thoughts on it. Maybe I was late to the draw on the review. Maybe you don't want to wait to hear my thoughts until the next album awards, so why not drop off the occasional quickie, if you know what I mean. I wanted to talk about Superbloom, the debut album from Ashton Irwin of 5 Seconds of Summer. I had so many of my viewers telling me to check this thing out, and I finally caved, gave it a few spins, and I actually really am impressed with what I'm hearing. I mean, it's not mind-blowing material. I mean, maybe some of it is, especially with the low or else modest expectations I went in with. But Ashton is the drummer, also backup vocalist, does some vocals in Five Sauce. But I don't know if I really saw him as this kind of creative visionary that would make an album like this. But Superbloom is this record that sounds kind of 90s tinged, a little bit alternative grunge, maybe at times pushing into alternative pop of the 90s sound with hints of modern flair. This was created during the COVID lockdown with him and his housemate who is a producer, and it's a 10-song album, and I saw 10 tracks. I expected, what, like 30 minutes, something like that? No, it's actually almost 45 minutes long, and some of these tracks are not your typical pop affair. They don't run for just like 2.5, 3 minutes. I mean, there's a track called Greyhound here that's over 6 minutes in length. And oh, let me tell you, that one actually kind of made my jaw drop a little bit because I just didn't know that Ashton had this kind of passion in him. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think he's talented. I think all the guys are, regardless of what I think about some of Five Sauce's music. But I really think that he gets a chance to shine here. And it's nice to see him opening up about some of his personal struggles, a lot of the demons from body dysmorphia to anxiety, depression, and the things that he feels while they're out creating, the pressure as 5 Seconds of Summer as a unit to perform. And he released this really without a label, it seems. He's put it out there, and obviously it's not done for chart success. I really respect that. It's just a record that he always believed in creating, and he finally went out there, put it out. He said that he wasn't mature enough back in the day to release this, and I understand. Maybe you have the thoughts, but you don't know how to put them into songs. And what I really like about this is that it does feel completely genuine. There's clunky moments lyrically. There are some instrumentals that don't fully always make sense. Maybe that's more the production than the actual playing, but there's also the realness, the heart on the sleeve approach, the fact that you can tell that it was really mostly him doing these things, having these ideas, and actually being willing to put them out in the world. I listened to some of these songs like Skinny Skinny, and wow. That one in particular really struck a chord. It actually kind of hit, and you could see that he had trouble expressing this struggle that he's had with his own body image issues. And it's really impressive, but also kind of sad to see what he is struggling with behind the scenes. But he puts it into context quite well, and it does get repetitive on a lot of these tracks as they go on. It's like maybe they needed something more, they needed to have more of an edge, but the initial hook, it's there, and that's kind of a good sign. I think my two favorite tracks on the record were actually probably Greyhound and Have You Found What You're Looking For. That is a soaring 90s hook, if I have ever heard one. It's taking influence from the likes of The Verve, maybe even a bit of that post-Britpop sound that I really do enjoy. And it sounds massive. The ending of the track, the cataclysmic guitars. There's other great tracks here. Drive is a lot of fun to just kind of jam out to. It feels a little bit open-ended in a good way. There are conclusions reached and emotions expressed. And I think tracks like the interlude, Sunshine right after that, they're nice. Maybe they don't quite scratch the itch for me. There's a few towards the end that start to blend together a bit. But to be quite honest, I really did enjoy this record for what it is. Superbloom, Ashton Irwin, probably a 3.5 out of 5 for me, a strong one at that. It's a really enjoyable debut. I would like to hear him explore even more in the future. maybe as he puts even more work into becoming a better songwriter, I think this could be even further for him, maybe outside of 5 Seconds of Summer. I mean, Five Sauce had some great songs like No Shame on their most recent album, Calm, but in the sense that they're not touring right now, they're not doing anything, it makes sense. But I didn't see Ashton Irwin as being the first one that would put out a solo record. But if you guys have heard this, I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you want to see more kind of quickies like this? Just me sitting here talking to the camera unscripted with you guys for albums that I didn't cover on the main channel? Let me know. Leave a like on the video and I'll try to make this happen more in the future. I almost made it through this entire video without stumbling once, but there it is at the end. Make sure to subscribe to the ARTV Rogue channel. A couple of recent videos on screen here if you want to watch those. Other than that, I got nothing else for you today. I'll be back soon with more on ARTV Rogue.